Hello everybody. In today's video we will talk about FM sounds that we can find in Genos 2. I will give you my opinion, my point of view, and I will tell you something about myself before I start with this video. So I bought my first Yamaha keyboard 1985, and that was Yamaha DX7. I had that keyboard for 38 years and I recently sold that keyboard. In my some previous video you were able to see that keyboard on this wall. It was up DX7 and below DX7 I had M1. Both of them I sold a person who is collectioner. He has a lot of keyboards so he's just buying those keyboards and he likes to have those keyboards from vintage keyboards. Now, let me tell you something, my experience about DX7. First, I extremely like Yamaha instruments. That's why I have this Genos. I bought Genos 2 and I have motif rack here. And I always follow all Yamaha keyboards. I did it for many years. I'm always following, especially all Yamaha workstations and Yamaha arrangers. I bought Tyros 2, 3, 4, 5, Genos 2, then Motif, Montage, every workstation, but I started with Yamaha DX7. When I bought DX7, I was so happy. I had DX7 FD with floppy disk FD2, DX7 2, FD2 with floppy disk. So, and RAM cartridge. So I really liked that instrument, and I was surprised with one thing when I bought that instrument. That instrument had possibility to program MIDI sounds, write MIDI messages, and save them and combine sounds from instrument and external device that can receive MIDI messages. And you can save it, and you can save on button, and you can call those instruments. So that is my first contact with MIDI messaging, and I fell in love with this possibility of using MIDI messages, SysX messages, and that is my first contact with this, and that is one of the most important thing in my life, to work with MIDI messages, to work with controllers, to control software, to control hardware. And during all those years, I was learning that. I have a lot of experience with that. So that's why I am able to talk about this, because I spent not days, hours, days or months. If you calculate, I spent years together, because every single day I was working 5 to 10 hours. And even today I am working every single day 5 to 10 hours in front of my instruments, programming and doing MIDI messaging with softwares and hardwares. Now, FM sounds, you know that those FM sounds and those instruments in 70s, 80s, they had analog sounds, very massive. They have some kind of analog distortion in the sound that was harsh sounding instrument at that time. So today we have some kind of modern sound that is more defined as a sound and more clean as a sound. So that's why I am going to compare those sounds, analog sounds, and that feeling of 80s with modern sound of instruments, FM instruments that we can find in Genos 2. We will see what is difference there, and we are going to try to explore what is happening there with those sounds that we can find in Genos 2. They said they have FM engine inside. Now we will explore, is this really FM engine? How much functionality we can get from this, and what we can use from this. So, to be able to compare that, I have in front of me FM8. It is native instrument, simulation of those instruments, but very good. Actually, here inside you can import your sounds directly from DX7, DX21 or other instruments from that time, especially from DX7. And here inside I have a ROM card, a ROM 1 A and B from my DX7, and I have my cartridge, RAM cartridge with my sound from my DX7, so I will use that to compare with those sounds that I can find in Genos 2, and we will discuss what we can hear and what is difference. We cannot find identical sounds, but still we will be able to hear some difference in sound between sounds that we can find on Yamaha Genos and sounds that we can find here in FM8 native instruments with all those sounds that were inside of my DX7 that I sold recently. Now, let me start. When I am with Genos, you will be able to see screen what I am doing. I am not going to talk too much when I don't have microphone over there, but you can see, and from time to time I will come here and I will tell you what I was doing and what I think about that, what I was doing. So we will start with piano sounds from Genos, FM piano sounds from Genos. On page 3 we have some piano sounds. Let me try piano sound that I had in my keyboard. And I will go to room and I will find piano. Let us start with piano 1. Now piano 2. Let me go to piano 3. Let me choose piano 3 here on Genos. It is similar, not same, it is similar. No effect because I don't have effect here. Difference in sound. What is different? What I can hear. I remember sound of 80s, 70s, 80s and 90s. So some of you who used to have those instruments, you remember that those sounds were harsh sound with analog distortion, but they were full sounding instruments. And you have that character of the sound from that time. Dirty sound is not so perfect. This sound is polished sound. It reminds us to this sound, analog sound from that time, but we can call this sound, it is like modern sound that is reminding us for a time when we used to play those instruments. But it is not that sound. It doesn't have that analog character, that full juicy sound, powerful sound. Now, so that is about piano sounds. It is nice to have something that is reminding us for that time, but actually is not authentic sound, it is modern version of that sound. Now let us see what do we have in another sections of instruments. Listen very carefully character of this sound. It's clean, nice, polished. Doesn't have that dirt from 80s and 90s, and doesn't have that exactly feeling, but it has sound, not exactly character, but is character of the sound 100%, but it is sound that reminds us on that time. So there is a difference. Maybe for you who are young subscribers and young musicians, and you didn't live at that time, you may say, I like this sound that has on Genos. It is clean, nice, more defined, and you can hear everything. So this is digital era where you can hear everything so clean, nice, present, polished. But in our time, in my time, when I used to play in 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, those instruments actually, it was era of sound that wasn't so nice and authentic. It was like piano, it wasn't actually piano. Flute, it wasn't actually flute. And all those instruments, for example, clavichord or something like that. I used to have DX6, Honor DX6. It is not that sound. It is something that reminds me to that sound, but it is not that sound. Even at that time, even analog instrument like Yamaha DX7 didn't have that sound that I got on Honor D6. Yeah, Honor D6. So, but I had some kind of sound that reminds me on that. Now, string sounds. It is not actually strings, but it is sound. Now let us go switch to Genos to hear string sounds. This FM8 is much closer to DX7, and those are my sounds actually from my DX7. So remember those sounds of Moog or other synthesizer of that time, analog gear. When you press one key, you have so mighty sound. But we have a little bit reverb here. I will put reverb down. We cannot find exactly same sound, but still we can hear character of the sound. We can hear those frequencies. Is that sound warm, or is that sound more digital? Digital sound, is that sound more polished, or sound more rough sound, harsh, something like that. So that is time where we are able to hear this sound. Now, let me see, what do we have here still on this instrument, Genos 2, which other sounds from FM synthesized sounds we have. That was guitar sound of that time. Now let me see, do we have any guitar sound here? On this instrument I should have. I know that I had some guitar sounds. Yeah, it is here. Guitar 1. Must be more guitar sounds. Somewhere I had some other guitar sounds. Let me see, do I have them here? Yeah, I have here guitar 3. Okay. I cannot do 100% comparison because I don't have here the X7, but I have those sounds that I had in the X7. But I remember what I was able to hear for those 38 years when I had the X7, and you know when you had the X7, which kind of sound did you have. For sure it wasn't so much polished, clean, nice, like digital. It was more harsh, dirty, and more full sound, like juicy sound. Not so tiny. But it is nice sound. In this video, I am trying to compare something and to give you my opinion. I'm not trying to tell you that those sounds on Genos 2 are not good. They are good, And thanks to Yamaha, we have them here. They are reminding us I want to just tell you that those sounds are polished, modern sounds that are reminding us on 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. But not authentic sound. And I'm trying just to figure out what did we get with this instrument comparing what was at that time when we were playing on those instruments. So I told you I like Yamaha very much. That's why I buy their keyboard. But it cannot stop me to be honest when I'm talking about something or when I'm comparing something. I have to be honest and I have to give you my opinion, and I like to hear your opinion, and then we will just, what is a need for this video, just to know what did we get with those FM sounds, because on all bells, when they presented instrument, they were talking, they have inside of this instrument FM sounds. That is some big deal, so it is something that is really important, and actually they wanted to pursue us that move from Genos to Genos 2 is big move. Now we want to see one of those things that they are offering. Is that really so big move, or that is some kind of bonus? You know what is bonus? Bonus is if you buy pants and you buy expensive pants. You had those pants, but now you bought same pants, but with those pants you are getting shirt or something like, or socks or something, or shoes beside that is complete to those pants that you have already had. Now that's why you will buy that new pants, because you will get for free shoes, for example, something like that. So Genos 2, we want to know what did we get in Genos 2? How much difference is that from Genos, regular Genos? In sound-wise, there is no difference. Same instrument, 100%. They are sounding same. They have some new stuff here. Now we want to explore worthy of those new stuff. But for sure, even if we explore that, what is the most important thing? We have new instrument on market, and it should be on market. It have some improvements, some small functions. Although I wish that is more improved, especially in some area. We will talk in other videos about that, where had opportunity to improve, but they didn't improve at all. But now we have new instrument with something. They had to offer something to just that name number 2, Genos 2. It must be something inside new instrument, something different. Little bit screen, FM sounds. So there is something. Now we want to know how important is that something, and what is actually this something? What is worth of this something? In electric guitar sounds, there is nothing new. There is no FM sounds for electric guitars. I mean, the X7 didn't have so sounds of electric guitars, a lot of sound. It has something, but not a lot of things. I like those bass sounds. There's a lot of bass sounds. Let me see what you have here. We have some bass sounds here. So same story, modern bass sounds and vintage bass sounds. Now let me see what do we have here more. Nice percussion sounds. Nice pass sounds, beautiful pass sounds. Let me see, do I have any pass sound here? I have some synth brass sound. Synth bass sound. Listen, those sounds, you know, you remember on those keyboards, those sounds were not so pleasant. They were like harsh sound. They were like, at that time, you know, analog distortion, that was everything harsh. But now, okay, here, listen, all those sounds are clean sounds. You can hear instrument, you can hear everything is so nice, polished, clean. But it doesn't have that massive sound that is coming out of instrument that is harsh with a lot of distortion and like sound that we used to hear. It should be mighty sound, not clean, nice, soft, nice for listen to. Let me see, do I have any of those sounds here? Bass sounds. Those are bells. Brass. Do we have anything here? I didn't prepare myself exactly for this video. I don't prepare myself for any video. I just start video. This is my hobby and I'm trying to help musicians. So, and I'm trying to talk to you, have some fun here. So that's why it is everything spontaneous, everything that is happening here. So That's why sometimes I cannot find exactly all those sounds right away. What is this? Okay, now, anyway, I think, I have here some lead sound. Like every Yamaha instrument, the X7 was different from the X21 and the X11, so some of them had some advantages for different kind of music. So I know my friends from town where I used to live in Bosnia at that time, 80s, they came to me to see that the X7 in 1985, and I got it from Munich, Germany, and they wanted to hear those sounds, how they sound for folk music, and they discovered that actually that keyboard is not, it was not exactly good for folk music like some lower models from Yamaha company, so they bought those famous other models, the X11, the X21. So, but the X7 more advanced instrument was more for pop music and rock music. And now I will finish about sounds. So what I can say, FM sounds that we can find on Genos 2 are nice, polished, modern sounds that reminds us on 80s, 70s, 80s and 90s. But they are not authentic sounds of that time, because at that time sound was more massive, with more analog distortion, and it was more harsh sound and with more fullness of the sound. This FM8 is actually much closer to that time and those sounds. And even in FM8 you can load all your sounds from the X7 or those instruments, and you can hear them and you can work with them. Now I want to know, they claim they have FM engine here inside. We know the X7 very well. We know if you initialize something and you use it as a start point, you can create from that everything. You can go toward piano sound, you can go toward flute, toward guitar sound, toward anything. So editing or shaping of the sound was so complex. With FM technology, that was like a revolution in the sound. You can do whatever you want to do. Let us see, do we have those capability here in this instrument, in Genos? Let us first go through options that we have here, and then we will talk about that. I'll choose one sound, I will go through options. Pay attention to window, screen, and just if you are familiar with those options, read them and you will know what you can do with this option, what you can see on screen. As you can see, those options are actually just options for shaping a little bit sound, for a little bit modify sound. But you cannot do programming of the sound from scratch. You cannot do deep programming of the sound and a lot of changes. It is just something that you can do with offered sound that is coming in that pack of the sounds that are offered to you, and they are here on those locations. Now you can do some shaping on those sounds. If you want to get another sounds, then you have to wait for another pack or something like that. But in the X7 you were able to create very complex and totally different and totally new sounds. So it is not actually fully functional FM engine inside. From my point of view, please, if is that my mistake, please explain me how what is difference with this engine and engine from day 7. In day 7, from my knowledge, from everything that I was working on day 7, you were able to get much more option, and you were able to create whatever you want that is totally new. From one instrument you can make totally another instrument. Here you have one instrument, you can do some changes with that instrument, but you will be never able to make new instrument. It is always that instrument with some changes, not totally new instrument. That to make new instrument, you were able to work on DX7, original DX7. And a lot of things you can do with FM8. You can load everything from all those keyboards and you can work here for a couple $100. If it's on sale, then even cheaper. So now let us conclude this. When they made new instrument, they had to offer something new. New screen, new instrument, and some changes. And they put that FM sounds. It is nice to have. There are nice sounds, there are modern sounds of that are reminding us to those sounds. I like that option to have in that Genos 2, and it is beautiful instrument. And I will give them credit that they made new instrument. They are continuing. They continue to work, to improve, to do something. I don't think so that they did something big. That is big deal with this new instrument, new Genos. It is same sounding instrument and mostly same functionality, everything. But still, I like to have this new instrument with a little bit more options. So I want to hear from you. What do you think about that? What did you find new that is very, very important in this instrument, in this new Genos comparing to Genos 1? Genos 1 already was a good instrument. Comparing to Tyros, it was really a lot of improvement. Touch screen, joystick. Everything was a big deal to me when I was playing on that instrument. Not too much change in sound quality, but I heard some changes. But there is a lot of changes in usability of instrument and functionality of instrument. That was big deal, moving from Tyros 5 to Genos. But from Genos to Genos 2, if you have already Genos, I think so that you don't need to buy Genos 2 at all if you have already Genos. And Genos is excellent instrument and you can enjoy it, and it is still modern and still has a lot of value and still will give you a lot of pleasure, and still it is one of the best arranger in the world. But Genos 2 has some improvements, some new stuff, and it is nice if you already overused your old instrument, and like if you have car and you have a lot of mileage on that car, then it is good idea, if you like that car, to buy new car, and then you will have new updates of operating system and new stuff will come that is compatible with your new instruments. That is the reason, if you think on that way, to move to Genos 2. I want to hear from you. What do you think about everything? What is your opinion? Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in my next video. Have a nice day and nice weekend, actually.